Hey all, welcome back to another one of my guides. This time we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to try this new Taiyo dungeon, but we're going to try on full auto since I know that there are lots of people out there that can auto it with Cordelia and stuff. We're going to try it with a slightly different team here. We want speed is kind of our main focus. So we went to it the dual DPS and Amon setup. So we got Jacqueline lead. It gives the wind guys a little bit of extra multi-strike. And I didn't really know who else to take. I could have taken Kali. Um, I don't think I have her ruined really well. And I felt maybe she's a little squishy. I wasn't sure, so I figured I'd take somebody who's gonna kind of use all of the debuffs plus the taunting that Amon gets. Of course, we got Ruby as the primary DPS. She's decently skilled. The Sid here, I've got him relatively maxed out. On Sid, it's important just to get your HP up because he grants that shield based off of his own HP, and so you'll just get these fat shields. It's hard to time because I think he's only got 50% chance to get the little charge that he needs in order to cast the shield. But you'll see that it comes in pretty clutch, even though I think Taiyo does a lot of penetration damage. So we'll see. We're starting this off just full auto. Sid casts his big shield, and then we just start wasting these heals because that's just what AI does. Jacqueline, I'm kind of up in the air on Jacqueline. She's, I think, better when you utilize her with some of the dark attackers to get a lot of that multi strike in. Especially I like her with Ashley just because he puts up that ebony wound and it cannot be dispelled, which ensures that um, Jacqueline gets those bonuses to I believe it's her number 2 and her number 1. I mean, I think as long as they got debuffs on, Jacqueline's doing more damage, so she kind of synergizes really well with the Ashley. And giving him more multi strike is obviously a good thing. So as far as mechanics, I guess this first boss, he's pretty just much just tank and spank. He has these AOE taunts. I haven't really looked too much into him. This is my first time actually doing the Taiyo dungeon. I downloaded the game right at the tail end of the last Taiyo dungeon, so I never really got to see it. Uh, I think all of the bosses here have some sort of resolve mechanic, so it's kind of a tedious dungeon. You kill them, they get up. You kill them again. That's kind of how it goes here. But you see, a lot of people I don't know. Amon, a lot of people don't skill up that number 1 on Amon. They go for the number 2. I've heard some kind of justification on whether they should be doing number 1 or number 2 over the number 1. They say the number 2 gets up to 2-turn taunt, but it is on a cooldown. Uh, the fact is this guy counterattacks a lot, and it's kind of the counterattacks. And when they counterattack, they always use skill 1. And it's kind of that aspect that really lets you control a lot of these bosses. A lot of people have problems on the Christian Advent. They can't keep Christian taunted because Christian and Damien both go really quickly. But you'll see with these counterattacks, I keep Christian taunted almost 100% of the time, and it's the same with this. You'll never see my DPS getting one shot usually because I put Sid right next to Amon. These guys all have like a conal ult. So they hit Amon, they hit Sid, Sid doesn't die. Amon I mean hell, Amon evades most of the time anyway. And but they stay taunted. The bosses stay taunted. So that was the first boss. Sorry, I can't really tell you exactly what the first boss does. He is kind of blah. This second guy, he's a little bit more interesting. I believe you if you don't take in wind DPS against this guy, then he becomes a much larger pain in the ass to deal with. And he takes reduced damage from anybody that's not wind. Uh, every I believe 3 or 4 turns, he's gonna buff him. he's gonna, sorry, my mic went out again. He's gonna buff himself, and then he's gonna kind of go off on one guy. He is tauntable, so as long as he's on your main tank, then he won't cause too much damage. He can one-shot some people. If he gets on your DPS or something like that with that little special attack, he'll just insta-give him. So you can see we took 2 rezzers, so we're not too worried about it. I was a little bit worried about the Taiyo part after he enrages. Wasn't sure if this team could do it, especially since Amon has no natural regen, not like the Cordelia where she just keeps her stacks up. But I guess it's working out pretty good between his evasion. I mean, you could go through a whole Taiyo fight and have him evade every single hit. Even if Sid does go down, he's got aim and resolve. If he gets through that, he's got his own self revive, and then of course there's the Ramu that can res him. So you've pretty much got to get smoked 3 to 4 times, and I think Taiyo comes back with like, I don't know, we'll see, maybe 180,000 life, and every time he does his wombo combo, he puts the reveal weakness on himself. So you'll usually get a good ult or a number 2 skill with either Ruby or Jacqueline. So it shouldn't take too many turns to kill him. So you'll see now we're in the Taiyo phase, and until he gets to half health, he's pretty blah. He'll counterattack a lot, but this 3-turn Sid shield kind of takes up a lot of that damage that he's dishing out. The second he gets to half, he's gonna do his superpower Korose punch thing, and it's a conal effect, and he will smoke 3 dudes unless he targets a side. Targets Amon, he's gonna smoke Amon, and he's gonna smoke Sid. You need at least 14,000 life on the secondary guy that's standing next to Amon in order to not get one shot. And you'll see what happens is this Jacqueline lead is really good for Sid, because he'll get hit, he'll go down to like 20%, and 1 second, here we go. So we're right about to the part where he's gonna go crazy. His next turn's coming up. Here it comes, and boom, he takes Sid down. You see Sid goes down to like 20-30%, and there's a good chance Sid might counterattack, or on his next turn he might, if he doesn't have his heal up like he did there, he'll just do 2 hits, and Sid's healing for about like 3,656 per hit. So you can sustain quite a lot even if you don't get any heals. And then Ramu, of course, is going to give him another 3k, 4k. So as long as Sid can stay up 2-3 times and Amon doesn't get just unluckily killed, you can pretty much auto this. Any other tricks? I guess after you kill him, so he does it at half life. After you kill him, he will resolve, and then he'll be doing that thing. I believe it's every other round. He's going to go do a little triple hit, then he's going to go again, and he's going to do the big wombo combo. And you just have to kill him as quick as you can. The key, obviously, is he puts up the reveal weakness on himself, and after he goes off, you're supposed to go off on him. So he comes up, like we said, about 180,000, and then boom, you see he's actually hitting harder. He hit Sid down to like 15%. But he's taunted. Amon keeps him taunted, so he doesn't go after the Sid again. And here we go, another big hit. Sid was at about 90% life when he did that. He's not getting too much heals, but he's down to 50k. So even if he does wipe our tank, even if he does wipe our healer, we're not going to not be able to do 40,000 life. And so there you go, Sid healed. He puts his shield up, but he's doing penetration. So That's not really going to save you there. It's just going to make your runs more consistent to get to this spot. But once you're at this spot, really you just have to have the HP, the defense, and the tank on the guys getting hit. Or I know there's a lot of videos out there where you can kill your guys or get it to where it's Cordelia 1v1 versus Taiyo. And that'll work too. You can see that run was done in about eight minutes, I believe it was. So it's a little bit faster. The team's probably a little bit harder to put together, but it works pretty good. So anyway, guys, I know this was maybe a little bit of a boring video. There's not too much going on, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope it gives you some ideas on how to set up your own auto farm team. Anyways, thanks for watching, and good luck farming.